welcome back to the channel. Another podcast, so that's pretty cool. Just want to say a couple things. First of all, it's in black and white. We kind of thought it was a little bit easier to kind of pay more attention to what's being said and not really worry about the background. Besides that, just kind of goes through Dylan's music career, kind of starts with that, and we go into some memories that him and I have together, and then some topics at the end. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Let me know what you think. Welcome to my floor. I'm here with Dylan.
What up?
Co-host.
Hey.
Yeah, got some new scenery in here for you guys. No bottles this
Looks
time.
Good. Yeah, but it looks good.
Thank you.
Way better.
There's actually, shit on the walls.
Looks way
so.
better. I don't know what that is.
It's a racket.
From Roman times.
Yeah, maybe Egyptian,
Oh,
something like that.
yeah.
Yeah. I just thought it was cool. I don't know.
It's something.
It's vintage.
I mean, it's kind of cool. It's kind of weird.
What's wrong with it?
It's just like skateboard, guitars, tennis racket.
Yep.
Doesn't really fit.
And TV.
Records.
Yeah.
Tennis racket.
No record player either. What's that about?
Yeah, you should fix that.
I have one. I don't have anywhere
you
to
got
put
a
it.
Beatles record?
Huh?
A Beatles record?
Yeah. Abbey Lane.
It's right next to Harry Styles. That's sad.
Okay, well, not all those are mine. So
And Flower Boy. Jesus.
it's
I like
Tyler.
I know, I like Tyler, but next to the Beatles, man, the Beatles should
I didn't
have like
put
a
it in
glass
order.
Case. The Beatles should have like a glass case by itself.
You want to tell them about our day?
Aaron woke up at 2 p.m. No,
Shout out
he didn't wake up at 2 p.m.
Dylan Silva on Spotify.
He woke up at 12:30. And I was like, my boy, what is we doing today?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, so last night when we were downloading the game,
Yeah.
Dead by Daylight.
Yeah.
We were all downloading it, and I kept telling y'all that it was closer than it was.
It took you forever.
Yeah, but like I would like
You didn't even get to the tutorials, which
but like
take.
I remember when I started, I was like I'm at 30%. I was at 0%. It said an hour and fucking 30 minutes. I was like, it says 30 minutes, and then it was at like 10%. And I was like, it says 20.
But that makes no sense. Why did Gavin's download faster?
Because he started it like an hour before.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought y'all started at the same time.
No, he started it, and then when I went in the room, I started it.
It's funny because I still beat him on downloading it.
He started it like an hour before, but his did download faster than mine. So, fuck that noise.
PS5.
Yeah, that doesn't matter though.
I don't think it's clipping anymore. So. Yep. I'm free.
It's just the internet, so it's weird.
Yeah, but I mean, y'all are on the same internet, right?
Yeah, but his downloaded way faster.
Yeah.
Well, we were both downloading it,
Which makes no sense.
I don't know. I just
We'll
wanted
just
to
go
play.
with it.
I knew if I was like, it's gonna take an hour and 30 minutes, you guys would be like, "Fuck." I was like, it was 10
Yeah.
minutes.
Well, I mean that eventually happened. We
Just got off.
got off.
because it took too long. But
It's so funny because every night we're like, all right, let's play, and then you're like,
Yeah.
yo, this game, and I'm like,
Dude.
yeah, cool. I'll get the game,
yeah.
and then I download it. Mine's done already, and y'all are both like, well, I guess we'll play tomorrow because it's not gonna download yet.
It's funny because half the time us going to play games is just us downloading games and then deleting.
Yeah. Like, it's like 70% download, 30% play.
The thing is, man, is I'm just trying to get into games. It's not working for me, man.
Well, considering you've made me purchase a lot of games recently.
Well, also, Gavin really wants to play games.
Well, yeah,
And
which
you
makes
wanna
sense
play
because he
games?
just got a PS5.
But I'm not,
So-
like, super into them right now. But I'm trying to be. So, like, anytime I'm like, ooh, this could be fun, I'm just like, let's do this. Dead by Daylight, I think it'll be fun because I know we both like the horror aspects. And it's on everything. So we could play with Kirkland. We could play with Gavin. You know.
Which, why aren't more games like that?
It's probably pretty hard. Because you probably have to make a deal with Xbox and PS4
Which is stupid.
and
Like,
Steam.
that's dumb. Even Discord. Like, Discord's
Yeah.
not partnered, I don't think, like, exclusively with anyone. So
Well,
why are they
no.
not on PS4?
Probably just.
Because they're on
'Cause they-
Xbox now, finally.
Yeah. I don't know.
But that's fucked up. I don't like it. Not a fan.
I like Discord, though.
Oh, I like Discord. I just don't know, like,
I like it, but I also hate it.
it's giving us problems.
Yeah, it's giving us a lot of problems.
Especially when we're downloading shit. Like, your voice cuts out every
Same.
20 seconds.
Same for you. Yeah. And I'll just be like, and then you'll be at the end of your sentence. I'm like,
Yeah.
cool.
No, half the time I'm just like, yeah. I'm sure you do that with me, too. You're just like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Unless I care about what you had to say, which is rare.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But yeah, today we woke up. You got your shit together, clothes
Yeah.
and stuff, and then came over, picked me up,
Pretty much.
went downtown, got some food, got some clothes.
I mean, I sold what, like, maybe 20 different items of clothes, maybe 25,
Yeah,
and got $140. So,
which is like 2 hours for me. So
I mean, dude, that's like 3 days for me right now,
that's crazy.
or more. Like, I've been coming home with like $30. I'm like, this job is not working well right now. Back to what you were saying though, because I had something about it. When you said you're like trying to find games to play, like get back into it.
Yeah,
That's like, I've seen that around a lot. Like, I've seen at least like 5 videos on YouTube that's like how to get back into playing games, or like why are you bored with games.
yeah,
Like, I feel like that's common now.
for sure.
Why do you think that is? Because I think it's because the games that are coming out aren't like they used to be.
For
you
sure.
know?
Yeah,
Like, especially, I mean, COD's a huge one.
it's also because there's so many.
That's true too.
There's so
Yeah.
many games.
I think some of it too is that a lot of the games coming out are like either you're on it 24/7 or you're not gonna do well. Like Rust or like DayZ, those types of games. Do you know what I mean?
I just don't think I'm like super. I'm just never really been into gaming.
Yeah, but I mean the thing is I was always like, it was always fun, you know, to like play shit and do shit. But now it's like it's still fun for me. But it's almost like I'm trying to like play how it used to be, you know, like get to that point. I don't know.
There's just not many good games. I don't know, like, I feel like right now I can make music very confidently. I'm very confident in like being able to make music and do it and put it out and make videos, whatever. Just being able to go and do it.
Mm-hmm.
So like playing games just feels like not as fun because I have like other things in my mind.
Makes sense.
And the only reason I'm really doing it is just to like hang out.
Yeah. I mean, you're right though, 'cause like you used to like be so particular about what you post, music wise,
Yeah.
and then you were just like, yeah, EP, and I was like, where, what?
Surprise EP.
Like, it
I was really
surprised me.
excited.
It surprised me,
Yeah.
guys.
No, literally,
Like-
I woke up and I was like, I listened to all of them and I was like, these are so strong. I feel like these are such strong songs. Like, but on them, they're like not what I usually make in the sense. Well, I guess clearly is, but they're also different and it's like perfect.
It's a good like variety.
And I really liked them.
Because I mean, the first one's pretty punk, pretty like harder. Second
It's-
one's just acoustic, which is like
Yeah.
that's different. And then the next one's
It's like
It-
folk.
the
but
next
grunge.
one's the next or the last one's pretty similar to your other ones. I'd say it's the most similar.
I don't think so.
Out of the
think-
three,
to
it's the
me-
most similar.
Okay. Yeah, I think so. Out of all of them, for sure.
Yeah.
But I think my like lyricism in my writing has gotten like so much better. Like now when I write and I listen back to it or I read it, it's not like it was before.
What was it like before?
Well, like-
you just you weren't about it. Like
I wasn't like when I'd read like when I made like Mistaken,
yeah.
I go back and I listen to lyrics and I'm like, I don't like this. This feels too much like this. This doesn't really feel sincere.
Yeah.
When I listen to the words that I say now and the lyrics, I really like not even resonate, just like
Like it just
they feel
feels right.
sincere.
Yeah.
Yeah. It feels like right. It's confident. Like they're confident lyrics. And that's what I
Yeah.
felt about this whole project. I was like, this project is like a confidence project. Like I know these songs, I like these songs. So I posted them. And that's kind of the whole like idea behind it. I was like, I know these are good. Why do I need to like go show everyone this before I just post it? Like I like these.
Does Blue Sun fit into those four or those three?
No.
That one's different.
No, because
How do you consider that one?
it's just a different era.
But they're so close.
It's a different era for me.
Yeah.
To me, it's a different era because like how I look at my new stuff is like, I guess the Everything EP compared to Blue Sun. Blue Sun to me was like the same guy who made the other things, who made the Mistaken Faces EP. It kind of fits more into that guy.
I can see that.
And
I
then
see
the
where
Everything
you're
EP
coming
is a
from.
different
Yeah.
like level.
It's a new version.
Yeah. So like
You think
it's more about the writing. You know what I mean? And the like music and progression, but a lot of it's
because I think at this point you can make any genre sound good, like musically. But you're really focused on the lyricism.
well, I have been for a long time.
I know, but I'm just saying like that's where you're seeing the improvements.
Well, I've been focusing on the lyricism for a while. It's just being able to like make that come out of me like the music does, right?
Yeah.
Because I can make a whole track that's like 2 minutes long that has a lot of changes and it's good by itself. And then the lyrics is where I was always struggle. But the thing is I can write. Like, I can sit down and write like a story or anything that I want. Like, and I'm very like, when I talk a lot of times, it's like very like thought out, I guess. But when it comes to like lyrics, there was always a block there because it didn't mix with the music. But now it's like this, there's more connected. The way I make music and the way I write lyrics is very connected now. So it's very easy for it to just come to me, and I'm happy with it.
Well, I mean, because the other songs before the acoustic one, you wrote the same way, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that acoustic one was different, right? Because I mean, you were here. I remember you were here. You kind of made the riff,
Also, the
one after it.
the acoustic one I didn't make here.
The third one. I mean, yeah, the third one,
That one I wrote here.
which is different. Like but I feel like that shows that you're more like comfortable and they connect.
Yeah.
Because anytime you've like been here or outside of your house, you can jam, you know. But like, I haven't really seen you like make lyrics other places, you know,
The reason,
like as easy, I guess, or as comfortably.
yeah. Well, it's just I've never written like a song without the screens in front of me.
Yeah.
I've never done that. And that one, I'll Be Back, I wrote part of it acoustically, but then the next day in the afternoon, I wrote Sick of It, and the whole thing acoustic.
I really like that one.
Me too. I really like the lyrics. Like, the lyrics really feel really right to me. Because I don't know if you it's hard to pay attention because it's one of those songs where it feels like, for me, it feels like you're sitting on your, at least this is how it feels for me. You're sitting on your bed and you're looking out the window at the sunset or rise.
Oh yeah, it has that vibe, like very low key,
Yeah.
very like a background kind of.
It's like background, but more like
More
focused.
soundtracked.
It's like more focused. Yeah. I don't know how to explain it.
Like I could see that one being in a movie, like where it's like not what everyone's paying attention to, but it's half of it, you know.
But I disagree because I think it's a song that it reminds me of the Beatles a lot.
You are the Beatles now.
Nah. But like in their style of songs.
I can see that.
Not like I'm comparing myself to the Beatles.
He's the Beatles.
But if you actually look at the lyrics, they're like one of my favorite lyrics. They're like very real. Like, have you really like looked at it, like listened to the lyrics?
I mean, I haven't. There's no way for me to see them, but I've listened to them. Yeah.
But like,
Yeah, I paid attention to them.
like they're very.
That one lyrically was similar to the Red Dress song,
Yeah.
like, but it felt more like authentic, I guess.
Me too. I think so.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But all of the songs felt more authentic to me. And I had this like weird unnatural confidence with them because when I wrote the lyric, not with Clearly. Clearly's kind of, I posted that just because I know it's solid.
Yeah.
But the other two, I wrote them and I was like, this is it. Every line.
Do you think an album is coming?
Not yet.
London album?
Maybe when we get to London, but not
'Cause I'm excited for an album.
not yet.
'Cause so far, you've done a lot of variety. But I really want to see you do like a project, like a themed, like not saying it doesn't have variety, but it's like
You mean like a
themed.
concept album?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I would love to see that, like your original thought for an album, the Stages of Grief.
Yeah. 7 Stages of Grief.
Like that's what I'm hyped about.
I think that'll be fun too, but
I get why.
I'm not in
like,
a place for that.
Yeah, I get why.
I can't really make an album right now. The fact that I can make what I'm making now is surprising. Or releasing an EP. Because
I think if you did make an album like right now, I don't think it would be as good as when you're like ready to
For
make an
sure.
album.
definitely, yeah.
So
No, the whole EP thing is not even 100%. Like, there's definitely a weird, like I said, there's a weird confidence behind that, but it's not 100% because there's not enough.
mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Clearly, I'm not 100% about just because I didn't write it the same way. And so that mixed in, and that being the first song, I really wish I could change that. I really could just like move it at the bottom. Even though I like it, it's just not in the same vein of the rest of the album. And I don't mean I'm going to release albums and they're all going to be very similar, but it's just like it doesn't tie in with the rest of it. And it's kind of like the whole album has like a message to me.
EP.
Sorry, mini album.
It's true. What extended play? I think is what it's
Mm-hmm.
stands for.
Yeah, but it has its own like message for me, and like it means something. You know, which is like the other projects really didn't. I think they're still great, but it's just not the same. Because it was so much easier to make those two songs, Sick of It and I'll Be Back, it's just it means way more to me. And actually there is a message behind all the lyrics.
Well, it's funny because like people don't really see what I see. Like they'll just hear the song, right? But like me, it's like I was here when you were just like messing around on the guitar and you found that riff and you're like, oh, that's kind of cool. You worked on it and now it's a fucking song.
Yeah.
Like no one sees that.
Yeah.
So it's really cool to like
be there.
have the backstory, you know? Especially with all the other songs when I was either like there while they were being made or like, you know, attached to it somehow.
Well, because like I think there's kind of an art in not being attached to it. There's like so much mystery behind it.
That, but also like I've never appreciated songs as much as I have before I was like there when you made your songs.
Yeah.
Like, you know, there are a bunch of great songs out there, but somehow like yours are like the ones I always like just feel like I want to listen to because I'm like so connected to it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know, it's just cool.
But that's why I didn't show you Sick of It too. Was I really thought that is one of that is like probably my favorite song I've ever made. Maybe they're all different, but
No, I was excited to listen to it.
it's
Like when you posted it and then you showed me the clip, I was like, hold on.
yeah. I didn't want to show anybody. Like I didn't really want to. I didn't even show. The only person I showed was Gavin. He's the only one that heard it.
Yeah, which makes sense. He's right there.
Yeah, he was just walking in. You know.
Yeah. I also know that you're always like, I don't know if I want to post that or not. And you post it like that, and I was like, he's confident about this one.
Yeah.
Like that's cool to see, you know. And it's a good song, so win-win.
I think it's a good song. The only lack of confidence is what other people think, right? Because I still want to know other people like it, but I think it's a good song. But that doesn't mean anything to anyone else.
But I mean,
right? That's the only thing. But what I was saying, what you said before, my other songs, I definitely was not confident, and 95% of it was the lyrics. Just because I didn't feel confident in the lyrics, and that's half the song. To what when people listen to it,
yeah.
I don't think it's half the song when I listen to songs, but when people listen, it's half of it, more than half.
Yeah.
Like 95. It's like the lyrics aren't strong, the feeling isn't strong, doesn't come across right, and it's taken a while for me to hone combining how music kind of goes through, and I can just do it with the lyrics, being able to do both, and they just kind of act the same way.
Yeah. I wonder how it's gonna be when like every single box is checked for a song.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a song.
That's
gonna
be great. If that'll ever happen, dude.
I mean, maybe that's what you always chase.
Yeah, I don't
You
think
know?
that. I don't think that's a chase or that's a thing you ever obtain.
Dude, the fucking Chick-fil-A days, dude. Do you remember, like, we would all hop in the fucking Matrix, right? We'd rip pens all the way to Chick-fil-A while we're playing, like, fucking... Dude, what songs were we playing?
We were playing the Chance the Rapper
Yeah,
song.
Chance, yeah.
I don't remember. It was really popular.
It was Chance.
It was that
Mm-hmm. Oh, the
Going to the
box.
boot with
The
the
box, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That song.
Every day. And then we get in the
Mhm.
Chick-fil-A, sit at the same fucking table, and then Noah would just...
Be on something.
Noah
bro.
would be...
He'd go crazy.
Everyone would be staring at us. Like,
every time.
Dude, every time I was like, this is the day we're getting kicked out of this Chick-fil-A.
I never thought, dude. The funny thing is, from what I remember, I don't remember a lot of the Chick-fil-A times, But
It's pretty vague.
it's really
Or
vague
blurry.
for me. I don't remember shit. But
I just remember Noah knew that I hated like sauce and grease, and he was always like, he always just had Chick-fil-A sauce just everywhere,
that is,
and I was like, "Fuck off!"
yeah.
That shit was so funny. And then the Android, remember
Oh
that
my
one day
God.
we did like the Android exchange, where like he gave me his like
Yeah,
old like
I remember
OnePlus
that,
or
yeah.
something.
There's a lot of different crazy moments. I can remember.
I just remember racking up so many Chick-fil-A points from going
Yeah,
there. Like
we
almost
did.
every day, I was able to get like a free chicken.
Yeah, every other
sandwich.
day we'd be able to get something. That was
Yeah.
good. And then on the weekends, I don't remember the weekends. I don't know what we did.
Weekends were, I'd say like 2 weekends out of every month would be like some sort of party.
Some hangout. Something.
Yeah, something with the big group.
Maybe going to a movie, something. You know.
Yeah, like there was that party at Gavin's old house. There was that party when Emily was there. You were in the dragon costume.
That was fun.
That was a good one.
Something. That was weird.
There was the ones that Jasper.
Yeah. We had
Fucking
like 2
forgot
or
about
3.
Jasper. And parties at his house.
I was making beats too.
You were making beats, and we would listen to them in the car. In
Yeah.
my Honda. Remember my black
Yeah.
Honda?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we would.
Do you remember the racing? The whole group, the big group, we'd all get in our cars after the movie or something, and we'd race. Everyone would just race.
Oh, yeah.
That shit
yeah.
was so fun. I distinctly remember riding with Gio.
Yeah. Do you remember,
so
dude?
good.
Do you remember? I don't know if you'll remember this, but there was one time we were doing that, and the windows were open, and Gavin was like doing some shit out the window, and I was in the like front seat, and I like looked back at him out the window and like just fucking spit, and it went all on Gavin. Do you remember that,
For some reason I feel like that was me.
dude? And it went right in his mouth. No, that
Okay,
was
wasn't
me.
That was no. I
Dude.
feel like you spit on me.
No, I don't think,
I think
it was
it, but
you.
I don't remember getting it in my mouth.
I think it was Gavin.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's Gavin. But that shit was so funny, dude. Do you remember when I got my car that I have now? And I like drove to your house. And I was like, dude, car. And we went to Dude Donuts
Ashley,
in West
yeah.
Ashley.
I do. Yeah, that was fun.
Like drift. And then that's when I got that sign. That's when I stole the roundabout sign.
Yeah.
You didn't hear that?
Gavin came.
Yeah, Gavin was there.
It's so funny. I'll talk to Gavin and I'll tell him about stories.
Yeah.
And he's just like, dude, I don't understand how you have so many stories. I'm like, how do you not?
We did a lot of shit
we
in
did
high
so
school.
much.
Like, we did a bunch. I
But,
mean,
like, the
every
thing
single
is,
day.
I feel like a lot of that group, there's stories, but there's not like the stories we have. It's very cocky for me to say this, but their stories are very like in the group.
Yeah.
Our
yeah.
stories are like
Yeah.
very
In the
public,
group, out the group, public.
very like
Because at that point, we just didn't give a shit.
no, we didn't. And
Like,
we
Noah, you and
just
me,
were always fucking high.
Yeah, like we would go to the mall or something and just be like everyone would be looking at us. And we didn't care at all.
I mean, at least we felt like everyone was looking at us.
Oh, they were, because we were being
feel like we
so
were.
fucking loud, and Noah was like just yelling in his fucking like Hawaiian shirts.
Oh my
dude.
god, dude, it was so fun. It was so fun.
That's
dude,
why
just because it was
that-
like so free.
Yeah, that's why I consider that one of the best times of my life, because like I just felt like I didn't care about shit. Because before that, I cared so much about how people viewed me, like how I was doing in school, relationships, like all of that. But then at that point,
The
I was like,
The funny thing is, though, I'm not chasing that at all.
chasing what?
Being like free like that, I don't chase that at all.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm
I
just
know,
saying,
but I'm
like
just saying,
in that
like,
moment, it was
Even though that
great.
was so fun, that was so like cool. Like in hindsight, don't give a fuck about that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's so much more than like
It was
to
just
me,
fun,
at
dude.
least. Because like that was really really
fun.
Like, to me, it was just like before that, I was so stressed about everything. But during that time, I was just like, not. Like, shit that normally would get to me just didn't. And I felt like so much better.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many stories. There's so many. I would like to sit down and talk to Gavin about stories, and he will cry laughing. Like, I'll tell him shit, and he'll just cry. Like, I told him about Coke Zero, and he remembers that one.
Oh, yeah.
And there's that one. And there's so many.
Dude, the Coke Zero one?
It's a good one.
You gotta explain that one. That one's...
Should I do like a comedian? Should I like stand up?
Or are they gonna... They're not gonna see you. Oh, yeah. There you go.
I'll do it to you, because it feels weird.
Yeah. I'll be the audience member.
So, yeah, I remember one time, we gotta cut this out for sure. I'm already feeling very awkward.
You got it. Come on. Stand up.
So, I remember this time, right, when I already bad start. Let me restart. So when I was younger,
Yeah.
we used to, we were kind of bad kids. Smoke a lot, smoking a Jeep,
Yeah. Shit like that, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Becky, you got it. All right.
She gets it.
And one time we went to Chick-fil-A, and we're just out of our minds.
Yeah.
We were just plastered, not there. And everyone orders, I have 4 friends with me. Aaron, Noah, I think Kirkland was there. And they order before me, and I go up. And while they're ordering, I recognize this girl faintly. She was Asian American.
Becky.
I don't remember her name. I think it was. I'm not gonna say it. And I remember her faintly, and because I knew her middle school, or I talked to her. Something happened between us middle school. I don't remember, but she was cool. And then I saw her, and I was like, okay, I was really high, so I just wasn't here. I go up, and I'm like, hey, yeah, can I get number 1? It's pretty normal. I'm fucking high, though, so I'm, smiling and kind of giggling a lot. It's very awkward, too, because I think she recognizes me, I think. And, then she's like, oh, what drink will you have with your, number 1 meal? And I'm like, Coke Zero. Very quietly. And she's like, sorry, what was that? And I'm like, Coke Zero. I say it a little bit louder. She's like, one more time? And I was like, Coke Zero. Very loudly. And I immediately, in my head, right? I'm like, this is not turning out to be as funny as it was.
In my
I'm
head,
kind of
though,
bombing right now.
look, in my head, it's so
All right, we're
funny.
both standing.
Because, I got to stand up to reenact it.
Yeah.
In my head, she was, because, we were kind of, off to the side, right? So, we were kind of looking at you, waiting the order, you know? And, we couldn't hear what y'all were talking about at first. But then I just see you lean over the whole, the whole machine that does all that.
Yeah, the whole counter. Yeah, I was
whole counter.
Pretty much bent over, both hands on the table, laughing in her fucking face. Just
this man, you
laughing.
bent over and you said Coke Zero,
and
and
then immediately start laughing in her face. So I'm bent over laughing, and she's like, where do I, she was like, what are you laughing at? Do you not realize the situation that's happening right now? I'm bent over the counter laughing in your face because I said Coke Zero loud. And there is a full line behind me. I'm not in an empty
There's
place.
so many
There's
people
a
there.
full line in a full Chick-fil-A. So everyone is just I'm dying in her face. And then I'm just like, oh boy. And all the workers are staring at me too. And I just can't help it. Because when I was high, I just couldn't even, I was just.
Everyone was looking at you.
But I thought that was
Noah
hilarious.
and I started looking at you and just started dying laughing. We're like, what the
It was
fuck?
rough. It was rough. And then I'm like, yo, I can't believe that happened. I just walk away. I just can't, I can't believe that just happened.
So I walk away and I'm like, yo, that was crazy. I'm just like trying to get out of there. You know what I mean? I'm just like moving. I'm like, I'm going to sit down. Just give me my food. And then I hear from a little voice, you forgot to pay. And I'm like, yo, there's no way. And I'm gone. So I'm just like, Aaron's right next to me. And I'm like, Aaron, I forgot to pay. And then he screams at me, go pay, while in tears. And so I'm like, oh my God, this is the most embarrassing. But I didn't even think about that. I was just
Dude,
crying.
you went from yelling in her face over the counter for a Coke Zero, and then you just walked away. Like, you were just like, yep. And then, like, she was like, you forgot to pay. And we were like, Noah, me, and you were just dying laughing. And I was like, go pay.
It was
I was
great.
like pushing you over there. So you had to go back in front of everyone that was still watching you. Like, everyone was looking at you.
And it's a full Chick-fil-A. Everyone working just stopped working, was staring at me. And I'm just...
Oh my God,
bad.
dude.
But it was
And
really
then we
funny.
finally sit down, and Noah and I just took it out
And
on you.
Kirkland missed the whole thing.
Yeah, and
He
then
missed the whole thing. He was in the bathroom. What a
Kirkland walked
fucking
down, he's like-
idiot.
What's going on?
Yeah.
What's up?
He was like, what's up? Like, he missed the whole thing. I
Oh my
mean,
God, dude.
it couldn't... Oh,
That shit was so funny, dude.
I just thought that was hilarious. So I was dying in her face.
And that was pretty normal.
And then she served us our food. Yeah, that was pretty normal.
Like,
was very
for
awkward.
like our
She served us
everyday
food.
experience. It was
Oh,
just shit
yeah.
like that.
It was
Like,
just- yeah. But that was
especially because that wasn't even at our like regular Chick-fil-A.
no.
That was at the Savannah Highway one.
Wonder how she's doing.
Yeah, you're right. She came and served us our food, and we were still laughing.
Yeah.
And it was so
It
awkward,
was really
dude.
awkward.
So funny.
It was so bad.
You remember when we got kicked out? Or I guess it was a bunch of times that happened. Where we were skating at that little mall area right next to your apartment.
Yep.
And the guy came by in his truck.
Oh my God, I have a video of that.
Well, upload video.
So he had a phone. What was the phone? Like a OnePlus, right?
7 Pro.
And the camera was like in the phone, and whenever you flipped on the camera, it would like and then like extend out of the camera or out of the phone.
Yeah, it'd be like a little,
And-
like for the selfie camera, it'd pop up. It had a little mechanical device now where the camera, instead of it being on the front, there was just full screen.
Yeah, there's
and then it would
nothing
just
on the
pop
front.
up from the top.
And wasn't your screen broken? Like your glass was broken on
On
the
the
back camera?
Yeah.
And then like this guy comes to like kick us out. And he's like, "This is my property," just yelling at us, like threatening to call the police. And we're just like laughing. And like you start the video. But the funniest part was the video, because we were like, dude, let's watch the video. And we look back and it's just blur.
Yeah.
Just complete blur.
yeah.
And we're like, shit. Can't do anything with this.
I have another one, dude. There's so many. Like you could just, this could go all night. But there's one where I was hanging out with. This is the story of my shopping cart and the
Mhm.
retrieval. I was
Mm.
with Noah and Kirkland, and I just moved in pretty much,
To
maybe
the apartment.
2 weeks in, and I was like, we're just walking around, just looking at shit, exploring.
Was that
everything.
were you in the place right outside your apartment?
We're like in that neighborhood, but like down more,
Okay.
and so we're like looking around, and then we go to like that shopping center behind
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I was looking around, but there's a Family Dollar right there. We actually went there today.
Yeah.
There's a Family Dollar over there, and one of their fucking shopping carts just was lost in the neighborhood.
I was just
Somehow.
chilling.
It was just chilling there.
Yeah.
And so what we decided to do was fuck with
There's
the shopping
videos
cart.
of this,
Oh, I
isn't
have
there?
so
I've
many
seen the
videos.
videos.
I have
Okay.
so many. And what we decided to do was just, well, we were obviously caked out of our mind. and caked. Love that word. And
Caked up.
we're refried beans, and we just got half naked. All of us. I don't think Kirkland did, but me and Noah were just like half naked.
Noah will go naked in a second,
Oh,
dude.
Gavin will too.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah.
were just like, I would like, one of us would hop in the shopping cart. We just push it. It was mostly me. It was mostly me in the shopping cart. But then they would push us around, and we'd have a skateboard. So we're all just
Mhm.
like fucking riding on this fucking shopping cart.
Just down the road, right?
Just like around. And there's a bunch of videos of it. And there'd be like a pump. And I'd be like, oh.
I
we're
think
so
there was
home.
a video when the camera was just here, and then you're just
well,
like,
that's the thing. We kept doing it. And then I was just like, yo, I had the funniest idea ever. But it's pretty much just like a still video where you just hear, and there's like something's coming.
Yeah.
And then it's just like Noah's just like propped up on the back of this fucking shopping cart like this, and I'm just sitting in it, and it's the funniest fucking video.
yeah,
And
I'll try to find the clip if I
I'll send it
can.
to you. I have it.
Yeah.
But there's so much shit like that, like where we're just like we're doing stupid shit just to do it.
I just remember like when we would drive all the way out to like West Ashley Park, or like go into like where no one could see us, just to hit like the pens.
Yeah.
And it was like,
And then like a week
and
later.
a week later, we were just like in front of cops.
Yeah.
Just like,
Yeah.
like we went to worse spots to do that than just no spots.
The first time I smoked weed was I was 12 years old.
Yeah, you've told me.
It's crazy. Like I think about that, I'm like, yo,
No, that's pretty young.
that's so young.
That's pretty young.
That's so fucking young.
Is that even? That's not middle school. That's still elementary, right?
No, I think it's middle. I think it's like 6th grade.
Is that? I don't know anything. I don't know.
I don't know anything.
I don't know.
But it's so young. I think I was maybe 7th grade.
Yeah, no,
6th.
that's pretty young.
But like
I remember my first time.
at fucking usually people like start smoking weed like they try it at like 16, 17.
15 to like 17.
I'd
yeah.
say like 16. Normally. Like if you think about
I mean,
normal-
nowadays,
Okay, now
a lot of 15 and 14, but
yeah, but like in like before.
yeah,
During
yeah,
that
yeah.
time it was like 16, 17. It was later, you know.
Like
what I mean?
16 up.
Those people we knew. Yeah, 12 years old. That's fucking young, bro.
Yeah,
Crazy.
yeah, that's pretty young. Can you think of anything else that was us three, like you, me, and Noah?
Flippin' Ridiculous is a classic. I told Gavin that he was crying.
Flip. My YouTube?
Yeah.
My other YouTube?
For VA. VA? You don't remember that? So we were at Chick-fil-A and we both ordered, but if you like, there was like a subscription thing, I guess, where if you signed up and it was your first time, then you got like a free like fries, medium fry or something.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
like we were both like, yo, we're broke bitches.
we're
Let's give
gonna
some
we're gonna
money.
use some different emails
Let's
here.
use some different emails. And the only one I had was for my Beats YouTube, which was VA Beats for some fucking reason. I still don't know why. And then yours was your
Flippin'
old one from very young.
Flipping ridiculous.
And
yeah.
so, but we didn't tell anybody. This is the thing. We didn't tell anyone that this is the emails we were using.
Yeah, because we were like trying to go undercover
Well,
here.
I thought it was just funny. Because I was like, what are they going to say?
Yeah.
Like, what are they going to, is there like a name thing?
Yeah.
Or are they just going to say VA Beats or whatever? And then they came over. Because the way it is
Oh.
like you scan the number through the app and then they walk over to your table because they know what table you're at.
Yeah, yeah.
And they walked over. The first one, they walked over and they were like, VA? And I was like, right here. And everyone was like, yo, what?
We're like VA.
Yeah, they're like,
what?
who the fuck is VA? And I was like, right here. And they came over to me, gave it to me, and I looked, and it says VA Beats on the fucking name thing. So they were like, and then, you know, maybe like 10 minutes later, they were like, flippin' ridiculous. And it was just, the fuck-
That's me. Yeah.
it was was so funny. 'cause
Dude,
it's so embarrassing for like.
We had to have used
A
like at
full-
least 4 or 5 different emails to get
Yeah, I used a couple.
like I used the Linar 1823 like the school email, you know?
Oh, I don't think I did that.
I used the school email. I used a bunch of emails. Yeah, we were we were pretty
Spoiled.
desperate
Yeah.
at that time.
Well, we'd eat honey packets because we didn't have fucking food. But we still go to Chick-fil-A. Like we just go to Chick-fil-A just to like be there.
Yeah,
Eat
even
honey
if we didn't order anything, we would still be at Chick-fil-A. Noah was grabbing handfuls of honey packets.
Well, we all chipped in.
Oh yeah,
He
but
would
like
get the
he would,
handful,
yeah,
and then we would just suck on 'em.
just honey, just straight honey, because it was
good.
free.
Yeah.
I remember just like we would play bumper cars a lot. Whenever like it was like my car and Noah's car. Like I'd just be sitting in a red light and he'd be behind me.
I remember
and
that.
I would look at my rear view and he's just like inching up
And then he'd
closer to
text-
me.
And like he would text and be like, "Tag, you're it," and then
Ye-
just hit you.
Yeah, and he would hit my car and I'd be like, what the fuck?
But then you do it back.
Yeah, but then he would be in front of me and I'd be like,
Oh, I
this
remember-
motherfucker.
I remember when Noah. That was pretty. We were hanging out with the big group. It was just me and Noah. I think you might have been there.
Just say the story and I'll tell you.
And we were going to Frankie's. It was like the whole group, Jasper, the whole thing. And we pulled in, and this was
Like the fun park?
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like amusement park, and like it's kind of completely my fault, but we got there, and I was like, yo, I was just like very high energy, and I was like, yo, crank some U's, bruh. Drift a little bit. I want to see it just in front of everybody.
Yeah, I
And
was
he-
there.
and
I
he
remember
cranked
this.
him, and he was like, "All right." He was like, "Are you sure?" And I was like, "Fuck it." And he was like, "All right, bet." And he cranked like 2, and there was just an SUV just sitting in the parking lot. We thought no one was in there or anything, and then the lights just. And it was just like you didn't even know.
It was
He just
fucking-
hiding there,
Dude, like
and he just it
Like,
was bad.
literally like I'm pretty sure the cop was like very close to where we originally parked, right? Or either like right
Really close.
outside.
Really
And
close.
Noah does like he just starts ripping it in his car around the parking lot. And he only did like 2.
Yeah.
And then lights come on and a cop just rolls up. You were in the car, weren't you?
Yeah.
And so,
And then
and we're all there ready to go inside and we're just like fuck. And then we have to wait on Noah to get a ticket. And he's
but he
freaking
doesn't
out.
he doesn't get a ticket. They just call his parents.
Oh yeah, yeah,
and then
yeah.
he
yeah.
was fucking freaking out.
He
obviously.
left. He left early.
Really freaking out. And then he like
Yeah, because they called his
before he-
fucking parents.
when the guy was contacting his parents, he was like, "Here you go. My parents are gonna search all my shit," and just gave me like fucking 80 empty cartridges, like of fucking dab pens. He just gave me like 80 of them.
I remember
and, like, every
that.
fucking pod he has for nicotine, every puff.
He gave you
bar,
everything.
He gave me everything.
Because his
I
car
like-
was full of empty shit. Just
But he
a
also gave
bunch
me,
of
like,
empty shit.
He had he had like 2 carts.
Like full ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, man, that sucks.
I mean, I'll take it.
But it was funny. I mean,
Like,
I
sucks
re-
for
like,
him.
no, because I was like I felt really bad because I thought it was I definitely was like, you should do this.
Yeah.
And he was like, all right. But it was fun times.
We've had a good amount of run-ins with the cops. None of them bad, really. You weren't there when I got pulled over on Folly. That one was stupid, dude. Have I told you about that one?
Maybe you got pulled over quite a bit.
A lot. But I got pulled over on Folly. I was going like 40. Yeah, so I don't like for most people who are gonna see this, have probably been to Folly. I was on like the main road at the end, like going down to each side of the island. And I was like near the washout. And I was going like 40, cause like that's pretty slow, right? For a big road like that. I didn't realize the speed limit was like 25, I think. So I was going 40. I just come back from the beach, so I didn't have shoes on. I don't think I had a shirt on. I was with this girl who was from Virginia that I like barely knew her at the time. And I was with some other person. I forgot who it was. But the cop is coming this way. We're coming this way. And I see him, But I keep going this like 40 because I'm like, that's what I think the speed limit is. He turns on his lights before he even passes me. And I'm like, is that for me? And then he does a U-turn. I'm like, fuck. So he pulls up behind me, and this guy comes to the window, and he's pissed. Like, he is yelling at me. Like, why are you speeding, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, dude, like, I didn't know, like, that, you know, the speed limit was only 25. Like, I was trying to tell him, like, I saw you. So, like, if I knew the speed limit was lower, I would have slowed down, right? Because that just kind of makes sense. But he was like, all right, license and registration. And I gave him the registration because it was in my car, but I couldn't find my license anywhere. And I was like, fuck. So, like, he made us get out of the car, and he was like, I'm going to have to tow this car. And I was like, no.
Towed it?
Well, that's what he said. And I was like, come on, man. Like, you know, I didn't know there was a speed limit. Like, there's got to be another way. And he's like, the only way is if one of someone else here has their license and can drive you. And I, like, look at the girl I was with, and she was like, yeah, I don't have one. And I was like, you don't have a license? She was like, wait a minute. And she pulls out her Virginia license, and it was either a permit or, like, she had just gotten her license. So, like, anyways, like, he's like, all right, fine. He checks her license. She's good. So I'm now in the passenger seat. She's in the driver's seat. Cop's behind us. And she was like, all right, how do I, like, do this? And I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, I don't really know how to, like, drive. And I was like, you don't know how to drive? So I had to, like, tell her how to put it in drive and hold the steering wheel, but, like, under the, like, back window so the cop couldn't see. So I was holding the steering wheel like this, driving the damn car while trying to tell her, like, how to use the accelerator and brake. And we finally, like, the cop is following us behind, like, the whole time. And then he finally turns somewhere else. And I'm like, all right, we're going to pull over. So I, like, pull over for her, and then we switch spots. That was so fucking stupid, dude. And, like, he didn't even give us a ticket, which is weird because he was threatening to tow my car. But, he was so mad. But the fact that, like, some girl had to drive my car who didn't know how to drive.
I think she probably had a permit, right? Which is weird that he would take a permit.
Like, it was just fucked up. And I, like, didn't have shoes on. Like, I was like, dude, what is going on?
Yeah. Let's move on. Let's move on, though. Let's
stop reminiscing. I have some topics.
I like the good times, though. Talking about the good times.
That's for us.
Skateboarding.
I have that written down.
What about skateboarding?
I don't know. Just that's the topic I have written down.
That's the topic?
It's one of the things that I understand.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't really. I just did it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I would like do a trick and I'm like, what is this called?
Yeah.
Like, what am I doing?
That is a frontside reverse double shove it.
Oh, that's what that is. I had a lot of fun skating.
It was fun.
I think, like,
I mean, there's bad days and good days, but it was overall really fun.
yeah, for sure. I mean, when it was hot, dude, especially at Ackerman, when it was like 100 degrees out, no shade, we were fucking sweating, just like really wet, no water.
That was kind of
That was when it was rough. I think what's funny is, like, that was my therapy after I broke my leg.
yeah.
Because, like, that was right when COVID hit. So, like, I went to therapy for, like, 1 day, like, right after I got out of my cast and everything. And I was supposed to go for, like, a month, but then they canceled it because of COVID. So then I was just, like, skateboarding.
Yeah.
Which is the dumbest thing to do.
After you break
as
a leg.
Therapy. Like, you remember, yeah, you were there. Because you were skateboarding, too. Like, I could barely push.
Because I remember I was skating, and you'd come in your crutches.
Yeah.
And just watch.
Yeah. I
And
take
you'd
you
skate
skating.
on
Yeah.
along. Yeah. And then when you got off the crutches, you could just barely do anything.
Yeah, I couldn't push. I couldn't do anything. But I was still, like, doing it. I was still out there. because like I had to bring you out there, you know. I was like, fuck it. I mean, I think that's why I recovered pretty quickly, is because I was always like pushing with my left foot, you know.
Yeah.
And then after that, I just started learning how to like ollie all that shit.
You know what I want to pick
It
up as
is.
another topic I want to. Eventually, I really want to surf.
Really? Have you ever tried? Have you
Yeah,
ever-
When I was little.
What, recently?
No.
I don't, dude.
I just want to do it. You know, it's just like I don't understand. I just want to do it.
It's
I have a love hate with the ocean.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
Like, I've had some really bad experiences with the ocean, which like that's surfing's falling on concrete is like almost drowning. Like,
Yeah.
that's the thing that's not fun. you
Well,
know?
yeah, I've been going to the fucking ocean, and I started surfing when I was like 6,
Yeah.
and I would like surf off and on until I was like maybe like 13, 14. And then
Longboards or shortboards?
everything, both. I was also skating a lot, but I was a lot better at skating. I couldn't really surf, but I was very in the ocean. Like I would either surf or boogie board or just free dive and
Yeah.
go as far as I could.
Yeah.
And so I've definitely have almost drowned many times, but I've
It's so dude, it's
Yeah, it definitely
scary.
sucks, yeah.
It sucks.
Sometimes
Especially if
it
you're not
sucks.
used to it.
sometimes
you know?
it sucks, but sometimes it's really fun.
I'm just saying like the drowning part.
Yeah, that's not fun.
Like I've had times when when I was trying to surf, when I would fall in and my board would like catch my ankle, I didn't know which way was up. I'd be hitting my head
Yeah.
on the sand.
Yeah.
Then you just like walk out of the ocean, you're like, fuck that. Like,
Me and my
not
my
doing
old
that.
friend, we went surfing during a hurricane. And we didn't know how to surf. It was a terrible idea. But it was pretty much just drowning for like
I've been in the waves
30
while
minutes.
it's a hurricane. I can't imagine trying to surf while there's a
it's
hurricane.
fucking difficult, and it's cold as shit. We could not afford wetsuits.
Oh yeah, those
yeah,
are
we
expensive.
we were just fucking trying to surf fucking hurricane weather. It was bad, dude. We floated like fucking so far down the boardwalk.
I was never really scared of like sharks and fish and stuff like that. I've always been scared of shurikens. I think
Shurikens?
no, it's not called shurikens. The little spiky things in the ground.
And it's like a gnat. I don't know.
Whatever. The spiky like animals. I've always been scared of those.
And orchid.
Orchids. Wait, no, that's a plant.
Orchid, blue orchid.
But up until I was out with Georgia and she got stung by jellyfish,
Dude, jellyfish suck.
and I was like, I don't know if I want to like be in the ocean anymore.
Dude, in
Like-
Myrtle Beach, the jellyfish were so bad. They're awful.
Here, I think it's seasonal here,
Yeah, it is.
but there's been times when I'm on the beach and there's just a bunch of jellyfish up on the sand, and I'm like,
Yeah, they're not great. But you kind of get used to it in a weird way.
yeah, you get used to
Because they're
everything.
not that strong.
Unless it's like box jellyfish, then you're
But you don't
fucked.
see that here, really.
Yeah.
You mostly just see, like, the fucking... I don't even know what they are. Those,
The
Look
regular
it up, bitch. I don't
jellyfish.
know.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I definitely have a lot more fun surfing in clear water.
never done it.
Have you ever been in clear water?
Never.
Dude, it's fucking cool. Like I went
I can
to
imagine.
I think it was on my Disney cruise. We went to like the Disney Island and we went like snorkeling and just completely clear. You can see just like you can above the water and you can see everything, like all the fish, and it's very like somewhat some part of it's scary because like you'd rather like not see some shit that you're swimming with, but also it's really like relaxing because like you can see everything, so you're not like,
Yeah.
you can see where you step and like
Well, that was the fun part about, like, just like swimming was just like you dive and you just don't know what's around you.
You
That's
don't
that was the
know.
fun part. I would like go super deep and I was like,
You ever feel like a fish like hit you
yeah,
and you're just like, what the fuck?
many
Yeah.
times.
Or seaweed. Seaweed scares the shit out of me when it like brushes against you and you're like, fuck, and you try to
Yeah.
like run away
Run
from
away
it.
Yeah.
Because I always think it's a jellyfish.
I love swimming. I've been really wanting to go to the beach lately. Just so cold.
I mean, it's about to be beach weather
I really want
pretty
to go.
soon. I think this is probably,
It's probably good.
yeah.
I'll hit the button. Last remarks.
Well, thank you guys for listening. Hope you enjoyed. And yeah, see ya.